Hare Krishna, welcome to Atma Media. This is my second try to this. I hope that everyone is doing fairly fine in this Tuesday, October 5th. And we arrived to the Bhagavad-Gita chapter 6. Chapter 6. So, chapter 6 has to do with dhyana yoga, the meditation part, the process that Sri Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita. Dhyana is a Sanskrit word meaning meditation. It is derived from the words di, meaning receptacle or the mind, and jhana, meaning moving or going. An alternate root word is dhyai, means to think of. In Hindu traditions that are derived from Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, dhyana is a refined concentration method, meditative practice that requires deep mental concentration. And in this chapter, Krishna is going to be talking about the process of dhyana yoga. Let me go back to the first question. The first question is, what is the distinction between a sannyasin and a yogin, and a yogi? And Krishna gives us the answer in the first and second text. It's a combination. And Krishna said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, that one who is unattached to the fruits of his work and who works as he is obligated is in the renounced order of life, and he is a true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no duty. Meaning that one has to be engaged in something, and if the person then is unattached to the fruits of his work, then that person is called a sannyasi or a detached person. And then Krishna goes on and says that what is called renunciation, you should know to be the same as yoga, or linking oneself with the Supreme, O son of Pandu. For one can never become a yogi unless he renounces the desire for sense gratification. So we know that in our mind, which is busy with many thoughts, many trying to enjoy the fruits of the activities that we are perform, and the activities that we perform are basically done by the mode of nature. Then we know what is the distinction between a sannyasin and a yogi. So a sannyasin is a person who is detached, but a yogin also knows that renunciation or linking oneself with the Supreme is also part of the yoga system. But one needs to be able to renounce if one wants to become a yogi. Want to meditate in Krishna, then wants to renounce the desire for sense gratification. So how can one become a yogi? Sometimes there are people, and especially Christians, not that I want to talk bad about them, but sometimes they think that a yogi is like the ones they have seen in the movies, somebody who don't do anything, and also perform some kind of diagnostic feats. But when it comes to God consciousness, a yogi is a person who gives all his activities, thinking, willing, actually is so called thinking willing, thinking and willing uh, to the Supreme Person. So how can one become a yogin? Krishna says that what is called renunciation, you should know to be the same as yoga. So renunciation is the same as yoga, or linking oneself with the Supreme, also of Pandu. So what is meant by yoga yukta? Yoga yukta is like is union, just like yoga too. And Krishna gives from text 6 to text 8. For him who has conquered, for him who has conquered the mind, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So in the process of dhyana yoga, which is using your mind, uh, then we need to learn how to control the mind in such a way that it becomes our friend. Krishna states that for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already rich. Why? Because God is in everybody's heart. And he says that for he has attained tranquility. To such a man, happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor are all the same. Then he says that a person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi, a mystic, when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it be pebbles, stones, or gold, as the same. So, what are the characteristics of a yogarudha? And Krishna tells us that for one who has conquered the mind, the super soul is already rich, for he has attained tranquility. This I read that in the previous verse, same verse in a previous slide. Uh, but then he says those are the characteristics. Characteristics that man that happiness, distress, heart, cold, honor, dishonor are all the same for a person who practice uh, that type of yoga. So it also another characteristic is that that person has acquired knowledge and realization, and he is also self-controlled because he sees everything the same, just like pebbles, stones, or gold. He sees it the same. And another characteristic is that that person uh, is considered, Krishna says, still further advanced. That's another characteristic that he has. When he regards honest well wishers, affectionate benefactors, the mediators, neutral mediators, the envious friends and enemies, the envious, the friends and enemies, the pious and the sinners, all with an equal mind. So those are the characteristics of a person who is who has acquired that knowledge and who has transcended the mode of material nature in such a way that he sees everything the same. So another some other characteristic of a yogarudha is that that person who is a transcendentalist, who always engage his body, his mind, and self in relationship with that supreme person. And then there are ways to do it, and Krishna give us the way. I think is the next question. He will start giving us some of the answers. Um, and let's go to the next one. No, let me go back to this one then. Uh, and then so one has to be practical though. In this verse 11 and 12, Krishna is giving us that to practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusha grass on the ground and then cover it with a deer skin and a soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses, and activities and fixing the mind on one point. So actually, we can do that also when we start chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Sometimes we close our eyes and we may fall asleep, uh, but we can use what Krishna is saying. We can sit down and chant the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You know, using these instruction from Krishna. So in that way, we're gonna purify our heart, and we're gonna be able to control our mind and activities, and we can be able to fix the mind on one point, which is Krishna. That should be our point. So how can a yogarudha deeply absorb his mind? And Krishna says that, which I mentioned before, uh, is that he should be free from desires and feelings of possessiveness. Basically, he should be free from desires and feelings of possessiveness. Let's go to the next one. So, what are the rules and regulations for the practice of yoga? And Krishna gives us in text 11 and 12, 13 and 14 of the Bhagavad-Gita that he gave us some before. I read it, that we should go to a secluded place. Now, in the modern days, it's very difficult. You're not going to go to the mountain or to the forest. You can stay in your house, look for a place as a place within your house, a nice place where you can sit down and you can meditate and chant the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, and then that way you'll purify your mind. Then he give us some other instructions though. That one should hold one's body, neck, and head erect in a straight line and stare steadily at the tip of the nose. But anyway, this is when you practice the regular uh, yoga, hatha yoga, whatever. But when you're chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, then our mind should be uh, completely concentrated on the names of Krishna. On the names of Krishna. And then Krishna says here that with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, want to meditate upon me within the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. So basically, the goal of life is Krishna, the Supreme Person. So, what are the obstacles in the path of yoga? And Krishna says that there is no possibility of one's becoming a yogi or Arjuna if one eats too much or eats too little, and sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. So Krishna is giving us this is the code. No? It's coded. Krishna is coded. It's coded here. So Krishna is, so do not eat too much. Eat, but not too much. Sleep, but not too much. Okay, then we'll be able to advance in this process of Krishna consciousness. So, what are the factors that are favorable to the yoga practice? And Krishna also gives us the answer, and he says that he who is regulated in his habits of eating, we sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system. So basically, he added to this one even recreation. So you can play, not that you're gonna use that as a system, but you can recreate, relax. because you already are regulated in eating and sleeping, and now you're relaxing. That's kind of recreation. And you can work also, and work can also mitigate all material pains by practicing this yoga system. And Krishna has given us the factors that are favorable to so we can practice the yoga system towards to become a devotee of Krishna, of course. Uh, so let's go to the next one. So when does a yogin becomes yoga-vukta? And how can we become united with the Supreme Person? And Krishna tells us that when the yogi, by practice of yoga discipline, let me go back because something happened to my system. Here, I'm here. So when the yogi, by practice of yoga, by practice of chanting the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, in this case, in our case, with discipline or mental activities, and we can become situated in transcendence, devoid of all material desires. That's the purpose, that we can get to that point to be devoid of all material desires. Not that you are devoid of desires. He's saying devoid of material desires. So that person, he says to be well established in yoga. So when does a yogin attain to the blissful state of samadhi? In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi, Krishna is saying, one's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by the practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one's ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established those, one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of great difficulty. This indeed is actual freedom from all miseries arising from material contact. And this is what I'll do for tonight. I'm gonna stop here, and tomorrow I'll continue with the rest of this chapter 6 of Dhyana Yoga. So people be able to watch it and actually listen to it. Because here, Krishna actually is giving us the practical action, what we need to do to be able to practice the yoga system. In this age of Kali, the yoga system is set up to be the chanting of the holy name. But many of these practices can be also used in the practices of the holy name by chanting the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So have a good night, and let me stop here for tonight.